lecture we are discussing about the topic introduction of microprocessor. Introduction of microprocessor. That is the part of the subject PLCM. That is programmable logical controller and microcontroller. Before starting off this introduction, first of all, we're discussing about what is computer. A computer, as you know, a computer is a programmable machine that receives input and stores and manipulate data information and provides a useful output in a particular format. You know that the basic computer system mainly consists of CPU, memory, and input-output unit. Here, this is CPU. The main function of the CPU, the main function of the CPU is to perform all the arithmetic and the logical operation in the system, or the arithmetic and logical operations. For example, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Here, this is the address bus and this is the data bus. The address bus consists of 16, 20, 24 or more parallel signal lines, and the function of this address bus is to determine the number of memory locations that the CPU can address. If the CPU can address n number of address lines, then it can directly address 2 raised to power n memory location. Similarly, the data bus consists of 8, 16, 32 or more parallel signal lines. The data bus lines are bi-directional, and the main function of this data bus is that the CPU can read data on these lines from memory or from a port, as well as send data out on these lines to the memory location or to the port. After that, the control bus. The main function of the control bus consists of 4 to 10 parallel signal lines. Typically, the control bus signals are memory read, memory write, input read, and input write. Its main function is to only the memory read, memory write, input output read, and input output write. And next is introduction of microprocessor. First of all, what is microprocessor? The words comes from the combination of micro and the processor. The processor means a device that process numbers, specifically binary numbers, that is in the format of zero and ones. That is known as binary numbers. And micro is the new addition. And if we talk about its definition, what is microprocessor? A microprocessor is nothing but a multi-purpose programmable device that accepts digital data as input, process it according to the instruction stored in its memory, and provide result as output. Okay, and basically this microprocessor has three units: ALU, register, and the control unit. ALU is the arithmetic and logical unit. Register stores the register. This is register is used to store the information, and this control unit. Control unit, as we discussed, the control unit mainly mainly controls mainly involves bus signals that are memory read, memory write, input output read, and input output write. And this is the block diagram of a typical microcomputer system, microprocessor, and the microcontroller. Before introduction, the microprocessor, the first microprocessor was built by Intel in 1976. It is a 16-bit microprocessor having 20 address lines and 16 data lines that provides up to 1 MB storage. And this 8086 microprocessor is the enhanced version of 8085 microprocessor. And this 8086 microprocessor is a 40 pin chip based on n channel depletion load silicon gate technology. That is HMOS technology. It has 40 pins, which is based on the HMOS technology. HMOS is nothing but the high performance n channel metal oxide semiconductor. The term 16 means that it supports a 16-bit ALU. It supports a 16-bit ALU. Let's discuss about its features, the features of 8086 microprocessor. As we know, the 8086 microprocessor is the enhanced version of the 8085 microprocessor, and it is available. The main advantage of this 86 microprocessor is that it is available in three versions based on the frequency of operation: 8086 5 megahertz, 8086 8 megahertz, and 8086 10 megahertz. And it requires only a positive 5 volt supply to its operation. And if we compare 80 and 85 microprocessor, first of all, talking about its size, the 8085 is a 8-bit microprocessor, whereas 8086 is a 16-bit microprocessor. And, and its address bus, 8085 has 16-bit addresses, while 8086 has 20-bit address bus. And about memory, 8085 can access up to 64 KB, whereas 8086 can access up to 1 MB of memory. Instruction, 8085 does not have any instruction queue, whereas 8086 has instruction queue. And about cost, 8085, the cost of 8085 is low, and the cost of 8086 is high. Next is this is the basic uh, diagram: microcomputer, microprocessor, microcontroller. And if we talking about microcontroller is nothing but a silicon chip which includes the microprocessor, memory, and the input in a single package. And this is the microprocessor based system with bus architecture. This is the ALU, this is the register array, this is the control, all part forms microprocessor. And this is the input output. No microprocessor needs input and it receives. This is the system bus. The system bus consists of two lines, address bus and data bus. Here's the memory. Memory is ROM and RAM. ROM is the read-only memory, and the RAM is the random access memory. As you know, ALU performs all the arithmetic and the logical operation, that is addition, subtraction, and or whereas register array. Register array perform store data during the execution of means to say it stores data when the program executes, when the program runs. And the control unit provides necessary timing and control signals. It provides necessary control and timing signal. For example, if there is a if I run a program and I in the time it executes after 5 seconds, then I will enter the program with timing 5 seconds. Yeah, you can say 5 to 10 seconds, 10 seconds, and therefore the control unit, the main function of this control unit is provide timing and the control signal. It controls the flow of data between a microprocessor and a peripheral. Microprocessor and peripheral means the output. The output where the output is going. Microprocessor is one component of the micro. After that, memory. Memory stores information such as instruction and data in the binary format. As you know, memory stores the information in the binary format, that is between 0 and 1. Here, there are two types of memory. Memory, that is ROM, and random access memory, that is read-only memory, used to store programs that do not need alteration. It is used to store the programs that do not need any alteration. Alteration means that do not need any change. Then random access memory used to store programs that can read and alter like programs and data. We can change our programs and read and write our here the input and output. Input and output mainly communicates with the world. Communicates with the world. That the man given to the machine, output output to the peripheral. Peripheral, anything that is machine or the machines, for example, machines, machines and the machine and the lift. That is the output peripheral. And this is a system bus. System bus connects the communication path between the microprocessor and the peripheral. And how does this microprocessor works? Uh, Microprocessor works simply when we execute the program. The microprocessor reads each instruction from the memory. That is the data we can store in the memory, interprets it, and then executes or performs. Firstly, we enter the data in memory, and then this microprocessor reads and interprets it, and then it executes or performs it. The right name for this cycle is fetch, decode, and execute. You can say this execute as a fetch, as a decode in microprocessor. This sequence is continued until all the instructions are performed. So this is all about the architecture and the basics of the computer system. Thank you.